So I just want to say, please be confident on how you look, please be confident on how you feel. You are pretty. Whoever would love you for you would stick to you. I understand how hard it is to follow these things that I'm telling you, because the world makes you feel like you're less of a human because of this, and it's hard. Like, you shouldn't be so judgmental about people. You shouldn't try to hire someone who is a white person over someone who's a black person. The same thing, you shouldn't try to hire someone who's a black person over someone who's a white person, not based on their qualifications but based on how they look. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Everyone should be respected equally, whether short, tall, fat, thin, crippled, non-crippled. However you look, whatever your status is, whatever you are, you should be loved and you should be respected just like everyone else. Hey guys, what's up? It's Madina and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you are new, and if you are, please be sure to subscribe and hit your bell notifications to all so you don't miss another video of mine. Follow me on my socials, and let's just get straight into this video. This video, guys, I'm gonna be elaborating the truth about being beautiful or pretty, or the truth about today's beauty standards and why you should never aim to always be pretty, as people say. So what is beauty? Beauty definitely is some sort of a subjective term, so it just depends on who sees beauty as what. Some people may see the facial features as beautiful, some people may see the body as beautiful, while others may just see your character, your personality, or the way you talk and your accent as being pretty or beautiful. So beautiful is just what everyone defines. But in today's beauty standards, people see beauty more like being tall, having a skinny jawline, having a pretty face, having a small waistline, and having a big butt. Some may consider certain cultures, skin colors, shapes, and sizes as beautiful, while others may just look at your accent or the way you talk, your physical attributes, as being beautiful. But today we're going to talk more about the physical side of beauty and how it's damaging our mental health. Some white women or men may consider dark skin as very beautiful and will try using excessive tan just to have that color for a day or two. And some would even go as far as taking injections just to be black for a day or two, or just to tan themselves to be brown or black. Some white men are being obsessed with black women because they consider black women more attractive than white women, and some black men will be attracted to white women because they consider white women more attractive than black women. So beauty, again, is subjective and it's personal, and it's just what you prefer. Same as Hispanics may prefer to date blacks, and blacks may decide to date Hispanics or Asians or Latinos or Mexicans. Whatever a person's preference is when it comes to beauty and like your choice is just basically subjective. In the past, being fat and thick with thick thighs and a big butt was something that so many girls were thriving for, and something that was considered beautiful at that time. But in today's world, being skinny face, a skinny jawline, and a skinny waist is what so many girls aspire to be. That fat people are being body shamed and called names and being bullied because of the way they look, as beauty standards continue to change every day, and that keeps damaging us and damaging how we see the public world. So definitely beauty standards are always going to change. You look, because you may look good today and the next you're going to be having to follow that beauty trend or that beauty standards, and you're going to have to change your look, personality just to look that way. A big front and a skinny waistline, having a slim jawline, a slim neck, and a pretty face is what so many girls aspire to be today. If they can't achieve that by doing workouts or naturally, they would have to go through plastic surgeons and try to get work done on themselves just so they can look that way. In the past, having small lips was something that was so craved, and so many people aspire to have small lips. But today, so many people get the lip injections and lip fillers just to have their lips look bigger, because that's the standards of today's beauty. Acne is a natural part of our body. It's a natural part of growth. Whoever grows up above 16 years old should experience acne once or twice in their life. But having acne nowadays is considered as something very crazy or abnormal. When you have acne, you get bullied and people just make fun of you for having acne, which is something that's very natural, and they'll have to, and you will be forced to go start getting treatments and stuff to have a clear face. Not that you cannot get treatments for your acne. It's very nice to get treatments for your acne when it's really bad, but it's okay to have acne and just have some sort of natural acne on your face, because that's part of growing up, that's part of being an adult. So many people you see on Instagram having clear faces, having spotless faces, that's not always what it seems. Most of them have acne and they're trying to hide it through Photoshop or through filters. Some of them have terrible faces, but they will put a lot of makeup on and they would hardly show you that side of them, and you're gonna think that there is something wrong with you, but unfortunately there is nothing wrong with you. That's just what you see on Instagram is not always real. What you see on TikTok, it's not always real. Yes, there are some people who have these clear and beautiful faces, but it's extremely rare. Most of them, I mean 90% of them, probably have acne, but they're trying to hide it through filters, through Photoshops, through excessive makeup. Girls get intimidated by girls who have a bigger behind or bigger butt, and they feel like they are less of a woman because they don't have that. Unfortunately, they fail to understand that more than half of these are not real, and that they actually went to a plastic surgeon and paid thousands of dollars to get their butt fixed, to get their boobs fixed, and it's just gonna make you feel depressed and you're gonna feel less of a woman. But unfortunately, that's that person's preference on beauty. That's how the person wants to be beautiful, and the fact that you don't do that doesn't mean you're any less pretty. Like, you definitely are beautiful. Even if you have a small butt, small boobs, you still are beautiful, you still are pretty. Just don't try to compare yourself with these people, because the difference between you and them is that theirs is fake as hell and yours is real. So when they see that, they start trying to compare themselves with these people who have fake bodies, fake lips, fake boobs, fake butt, and you start comparing yourself with these people thinking that you're doing something wrong. Unfortunately, you're not doing anything wrong. That's just how the person decides to present themselves to this world. That's just how the person wants to look, and if the person can't achieve that naturally, of course they're going to go through an artificial method and try to get implants or whatever just to look good. Beauty standards is and will continuously keep changing, because there's always going to be new beauty standards coming up. People are always going to try to change things and try to have us change our bodies and the way we look. So if you keep trying to catch up with the beauty standards of the world, which changes pretty much after 3 years or so, you're gonna keep changing your body, and eventually you are not gonna be recognizable, because you're gonna keep changing your body to fit these beauty standards, and you're just gonna keep changing and changing. As long as the world changes, you're gonna change, and it's like you're just not gonna be yourself anymore. You're not gonna be okay anymore, if that makes sense. So just try to be you as much as you can, because being pretty is something that's you are pretty. God made everyone to be pretty, and it's like, just stop following the cloud, stop following the wind, trying to be pretty, following all these beauty standards, because they know what they're doing. They're just trying to get money out of you for plastic surgery, for injections and all that. They're just trying to get money out of your pockets. So I just want to say, please be confident on how you look. Please be confident on how you feel. You are pretty. Whoever would love you for you would stick to you. I understand how hard it is to follow these things that I'm telling you, because the world makes you feel like you're less of a human because of this, and it's hard. But if you want to think about those who keep changing their beauty standards, think about those who get a butt implant today, they see that the butt implant they got is a little smaller, and then boom, the world has said that you need to have a very, very big butt or something like that. You're gonna go get a bigger butt implant, and what happens is you can even lose your life, because plastic surgery is not a joke. There was an influencer who recently passed away. I may insert her picture on here, because she passed away due to a failed plastic surgery. And there are so many cases of failed plastic surgeries. There are so many cases of people dying during plastic surgery, but these are being hidden from us because they don't want us to know about this information, because they want us to keep spending our money. They're only going to show the good side. They're only going to show the few successful ones, but the truth is, so many people, if not die, suffer a lot from all these plastic surgeries. They have to go through so much. Sometimes they get bruises, they get wounds, they get infections, and they just don't share that, because it's how they have made the whole media look at it. The media is trying to hide the part where they die and they go through all these mess, and then they just show the good part where they are pretty and they are beautiful and all that, and it's just like, when will it ever end? So like I said, the beauty standards changes all the time, and people may not be able to attain these beauty standards naturally. That's why plastic surgeons make a ton of money doing that, because people would decide then to go get the fake bodies in order to attain these beauty standards rather than stay the way they are. This could either mean removing implants or putting them back in, removing lip fillers and putting them back in, or removing butt implants and putting them back in. Like whatever the beauty standards is what you're going to try to follow, and that's going to be so hurtful for you and just so exhausting, and it can cause a lot of complications, like I said, like a lot. In Africa, you find so many women trying to be light-skinned or very fair or white because they feel like that's what men consider pretty in Africa. Most black women in Africa would try to run excessive creams day and night, take injections, or take tablets that are going to make them a little fairer. You're going to find their dark skin color diminishing. They're going to turn themselves into being extremely fair, white, or extremely light skin just because they feel like men are going to come to them more. That's what men would consider pretty, and that a man probably wouldn't come to them if they find them dark skinned or with a darker shade, which is totally not true, totally false. Because if you're trying to attract a man by doing all this to yourself, are you attracting the man for your personality, or are you attracting the man for your looks? Because you can't attract a man for your looks, but what's going to make him stay with you is your personality. You cannot attract someone based on the color of your skin and feel like he's just going to be with you forever based on the color of your skin. He can just go be with another white person and he doesn't have to be with you. There was a time in Africa when so many women were doing this. They were putting themselves in this position where they would have to take excessive creams, take injections and all that just to be fair or light skinned, because they felt like men considered that more attractive than dark skinned. And at the time, I feel like that was a little true, because men would be more attracted to women with a lighter shade than women with a darker shade. But then again, in today's world, most men in Africa, I believe, are finding women to settle down with and to marry. And those who had changed their color back then are trying to go back to being black, just because the beauty standards changes a lot, like I said. So those who had already changed their color to being light skinned and fair wouldn't have any other way or possibility of turning back to being black, because they've already ruined that for themselves. It's already gone and damaged. But you just did that because something was trending at that time, and you just did that because something was just being popular at that time. That color was just being popular, and you didn't think about the future. You didn't think about, oh, what's going to happen in the next 5 years if men are no longer attracted to this color that I'm trying to purchase? What's going to happen in the next 5 years if I don't get any man, because most men want a darker skin? What's going to happen? You never thought about that. You just thought about the present, which, like I said, is the world of the beauty standard. The beauty standards changes often. So if you want to keep on with the beauty standards, the constantly changing beauty standards, you're going to find it very exhausting, very frustrating, and just so much of a waste of time, waste of money. And like I said, you can incur so many infections. The media normally tries to suppress black women and just tries to promote more Caucasian, white, or Asian women. We've had so many successful actors, so many successful models, and so many successful and talented entrepreneurs come forward and say that because of their skin color, which they were women of color or men of color, of course, it was a little harder for them to get into the music industry, to get into the modeling industry, or to get into the acting industry. We even had the case where a lady came forward and said that she was paid very little as compared to her other Caucasian or white counterparts. Women in the fashion industry have come forward to say that it's extremely hard landing on the cover of a magazine or being pushed forward in the modeling industry if you're a woman of color, and that more Caucasian women are being pushed forward than they are. Pretty much so much racial profiling that goes on in these places that we may have no idea about, and we just don't try to look into. But that's why you got me here, because I'm gonna look into that for you guys. Okay, but it's so exhausting when people are being judged based on the color of their skin. That is just so exhausting. So many people just don't like black people for no reason, while so many other people just don't like white people for no reason. I just feel like being discriminatory in any way, shape, or form, whether it's in a magazine, whether it's just someone you meet on the street, whether it's just someone you meet in the stores, being discriminatory because of how someone looks is just something that's so terrible. Like, it's just not acceptable for you to be that discriminatory based on how someone looks. Like, you should love everyone, no matter how they look. You should love every person. Like, you shouldn't be so judgmental about people. You shouldn't try to hire someone who is a white person over someone who's a black person. The same thing, you shouldn't try to hire someone who's a black person over someone who's a white person, not based on their qualifications but based on how they look. It just doesn't make any sense to me, because there might be someone who's very smart, has the qualifications and everything, but gets rejected because they are of a different color than whoever is gonna be their opponent. So the skin color is literally determines so many things, but we just put that under the bus and we just don't try to look into that, and it's just so stupid and so scary and just honestly not needed at all. Everyone should be loved equally, everyone should be respected equally, whether short, tall, fat, thin, crippled, non-crippled, however you look, whatever your status is, whatever you are, you should be loved and you should be respected just like everyone else. Many of these things are not of our control. Someone may have an accident and is being crippled the next day and is being looked upon as less of a man or less of a woman just because you're in a wheelchair and the other person is standing on their 2 feet. Like, that person was fine before that person had an accident. So the fact that this person has an accident doesn't mean that you should just belittle the person or just feel like this person is less of a human being, because they are still a human being and they still deserve as much respect. No matter how you look, no matter who you are, no matter what your status is, you should be respected in today's world. But unfortunately, that is pretty much not the case. As you guys probably already know, that's not the case, and it's just so sad and so depressing and so draining to have to think of this and to have to go through this in this. So many darker women would then try to consider them being lighter in case they want to land on the cover of a magazine, which is not okay. The actress Lupita Nyong'o had once come out and said that she had agreed to shoot for the cover of this magazine, but unfortunately her picture was edited into being light skinned or lighter than the shade that she actually is. So this goes back to my point that I'm saying that these companies, these media will try to like change your color, change how you look, because they feel like that's what's gonna sell more and not your actual shade, which is so disgusting, because everyone is beautiful, everyone is pretty, and you shouldn't try to change someone's color because of how they look. An actress, I don't know if you guys have watched Two Broke Girls, but the actress on there had come forward and said that she had been rejected from an acting role because of her size, and that the directors had told her to go get in shape and work out before she actually lands the role. And it's so many of these things. It's so many of people in authority feeling like they have a say over your body, they have a say over how you look, they have a say over what role you get or anything. Like, if you just don't want me to be in the movie, just tell me, and don't try to change my looks, don't try to change my personality or anything just because of a freaking movie or a freaking magazine shoot. It's just not worth it. It's really not. But let me know if I should do a part 2, you guys. But I think I have gone on long enough, and I just hope I have touched on many things that I wanted to touch on today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Again, let me know in the comment section if you want to see a part 2 of everything I just said, because it's a lot. I have a lot to say, but let me know if you want to see a part 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on my social medias, and I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
Yeah.